Annex A.5.27, learning from information security incidents. Right, picture Dave. Dave runs support and somehow also security at a 20-person software company, because that's what happens at 20-person software companies. It's a Tuesday. A customer emails to say they can see another customer's invoice in their dashboard. Dave goes cold. Dave patches it in 4 hours. Dave is a hero. Dave gets a slice of cake in the all hands and someone says, "Great save, mate." 9 weeks later, different endpoint, same bug class, same cold feeling. That gap, 9 weeks, that's the entire control. Annex A Control 5.27 exists because Dave fixed the invoice and nobody ever fixed the reason the invoice was fixable. So what does the standard actually ask for? Knowledge gained from information security incidents shall be used to strengthen and improve the controls. That's it. That's the requirement. Use what you learned. Change something. And I want you to notice the verb, because the verb is doing all the work here. Not record, not document, used to strengthen and improve. You can have the most beautiful incident log in Sussex, timestamps, severity ratings, a lovely little color-coded severity key. If nothing downstream changed, you have not met this control. You have a diary. Now, is this new in 2022? No, this one carried over. In the older 2013 version, it lived as its own control about learning from information security incidents, and the 2022 restructure kept it, renumbered it, and parked it right next to its siblings. So if someone tells you this is one of the shiny new 11, they're wrong, and gently, they probably haven't gone through the standard. Here's where I want to plant my flag, and some people will not like it. Most post-incident reviews are theater. Genuinely. A calendar invite, 45 minutes, someone shares a screen. The timeline gets narrated back to a room that already lived it. Everyone agrees it was unfortunate, and the meeting ends with the phrase, "Let's keep an eye on that." Keep an eye on that, adorable. Nobody owns anything. Nothing enters the backlog. And in 6 weeks, the only artifact that survives is a document nobody will ever open again, which then gets shown to an auditor as evidence of a mature learning culture. Cute. Let me give you the version that actually changes something, and it's shorter than the theater version, which is the joke. You want 3 things out of a review? What happened? Why it was possible? What changes as a result? That middle one is the whole ballgame, why it was possible, not who typed the wrong thing. Dave did not wake up wanting to leak an invoice. Dave inherited a code base where the authorization check lives in the controller instead of the data layer, so every new endpoint is a fresh coin flip. That's the finding. The finding is never Dave was careless. If your root cause has a person's name in it, you haven't finished thinking. And the third thing, what changes as a result? This is where the control has teeth. Because change has a specific meaning in this standard. It means the knowledge goes back into your risk assessment and into your controls. Your risk register said unauthorized data access was what? Unlikely reality has now voted. Update the likelihood. Maybe the treatment changes. Maybe a control you'd marked as adequate in your statement of applicability is very obviously not adequate, and the honest move is to say so in writing. Doing that is also the entire point of a management system, right? Failure modes, 3 of them, and you will recognize all 3. Failure 1, the same incident twice. This is the loudest one and the most ignored. If an incident type recurs, that is not bad luck. That is your review process publicly announcing it doesn't work, and here's a habit worth stealing. Don't count incidents, count repeats. 1 phishing click in a quarter is life. The third one, on the same pretext after you supposedly rolled out training, is a control failure wearing an incident costume. Failure 2, the review that never happened because everyone just wanted to move on. Oh, this is the human one. The incident is over. The adrenaline drains. Everyone's exhausted, and there's enormous gravity toward never speaking of it again, especially if someone feels responsible. So the review gets pushed a week. Then it's sprint planning. It's just weird to bring up. Then it's history. Which is why Blameless is not a nice to have. It's a mechanism. If people think the review is a search for who to hang, they will manage the narrative instead of telling you the truth. And then you're building improvements on fiction. Blameless isn't kindness, it's data quality. Failure 3, and this is the one that quietly kills more small companies' management systems than anything else. Lessons noted and never actioned. 12 reviews, 40-something action items, and if you go through the list honestly, 4 are done, 6 are half done, and the rest have achieved a kind of permanent residency. This is where the standards word used bites you. An action item with no owner and no date is not an action item, it's a wish. So what does good look like at Dave's scale? Not much, honestly. And please do not gold plate this. You are 20 people, you do not need an incident management platform with a machine learning module. You need a habit. Any incident above a trivial threshold gets a review within a week. While people still remember, half an hour, 4 questions, 1 page, what happened? Why was it possible? What are we changing? Who owns it? And by when? Every action goes into the same backlog as everything else, because a security task in a separate system is a security task that will never be done. And every quarter, someone looks across the reviews and asks, what's the pattern? Because 5 small incidents that rhyme are one big finding you haven't named yet. That quarterly bit feeds your management review under clause 9.3. By the way, free evidence. You were going to need it anyway. And this control does not live alone. It sits in a chain. Annex A.5.24 is planning and preparation. Annex A.5.25 is assessment and decision. Annex A.5.26 is response. Then Annex A.5.27 closes the loop and pushes the learning back into your controls. Annex A.5.28 handles evidence if it's ever going to be a legal matter. And your fixes usually land somewhere concrete, like Annex A.8.8 for technical vulnerabilities, or Annex A.6.3 for awareness and training, when the problem was genuinely a people problem and not just labeled one for convenience. So here's your dare. Go and find your last 3 incidents. Doesn't matter how small for each one. Name the specific change that exists in the world today because of it. A merged pull request, an altered risk score, a control you rewrote. Not a document, a change. If you can't name one for all 3, you don't have Annex A.5.27. You have a diary, and the next one's already on its way to Dave.